Cheers. Goodbye, Coulter Hall. I don't think I'll miss you. So I thought HR opened at 7. So it's 7:43, but they open at 8, so now I have to wait. So I just have my uniform and my name tag here. I'm also really hungry because I didn't really eat dinner last night because the dinner they had here was, they had chicken piccata last night and it was really gross. Like the chicken was like super rubbery, so it like freaked me out. The spaghetti that they had with it was awful, so I just like didn't eat it, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna stop at Wendy's in Tucson on the way out, and also just as a last tribute to Wendy's, because sometimes I would go there. I don't know. Bag in my uniforms. Oh yeah, and then my quarter zip, which I literally got this makeup on it the last day that I was working. And I just washed it last night with a stain lifter thing and it didn't come out, so whoops. I'll give a car tour when my car's all set up finally, because there's some extra stuff in here I need to put up in the box, but it's snowing, so I'm not gonna do that right now. And I haven't set up my bed yet. I'm about to drive out of the entrance gates, and I've been like thinking about this moment, waiting for this moment for the past like month, or since I like put in my notice that I was leaving. I've been like, I can't wait for the moment that I drive out of the gates. Freedom! They're right up here, I can see them. Oh my god. Just taking in the forest for the last time. Or not the last time, but just in this phase of life, the last time. Goodbye, Grand Canyon. As much as I was ready for my Grand Canyon phase to be over, it was a really weird feeling now that it was actually time to go. I did my best to enjoy my time there as much as I could, even though it was winter and cold all the time, but it felt like I spent a lot of time waiting around for the next thing. It was kind of like a mildly enjoyable purgatory. I'm free. I wish that like enough people watched my videos that I could make a Q&A about working in the Grand Canyon for the winter, because I want to make a video about like talking about the experience, because when I was like before Yellowstone, before Grand Canyon, and before Glacier, I've been like scouring the internet for anything I could find about like the job, what it's like, what the housing's like, just what the social atmosphere is like. So I want to make videos like that for other people. And actually the last time I was here at Wendy's was also because dinner was bad and I didn't, oh my god, my car's sliding. Okay. Anyway, the last time I was here, I literally waited in this drive-through line for an hour. Over an hour, I'm not even kidding. But I didn't have another choice because I was out of food. Hi, can I have 2 honey butter chicken biscuits, please? Just the sandwich. Okay. And that's it, please. I have $22 left over from my last week in housekeeping tips. So that's what's gonna fund this Wendy's addiction today. Damn, I forgot to ask.
If I can just have you pull forward down to the end of the curb, I'll bring it up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I forgot to ask for my local discount. Well, I guess I'm not a local anymore. He said he'd bring it out to me down at the curb. Okay. Strange. Is this the curb? I don't know what I'm doing. Drive-thrus stress me out. I don't really know why I ordered 2 of those biscuits because I only ate the one. But yeah, this was Horseshoe Bend and it was super crowded. The weather was very cold and windy, which you can't really see in this. But it was kind of weird because the last time I was there, it was so hot that you had to be worried about having a heat stroke. I remember it was over 100 degrees and we were dripping in sweat and we were using these cooling towels on our faces and necks because it was so hot. And I remember walking up from the viewpoint that day felt like the hardest hike I'd ever done in my life at that time 6 years ago. But today it was so cold that I wished I had a beanie and more sweatpants on, and now the hardest hike I've ever done was backpacking the Grand Canyon. So this next clip was Navajo National Monument, and I remember this day felt really weird because I was right on the border of 2 different time zones, so it kept switching back on my back and forth on my phone all day, so I didn't really know what time it was. And it was really cold. It was 28 degrees out, so I didn't stand at any of these viewpoints for too long. Here's Monument Valley. About to cross the Arizona-Utah border, and I'll be officially out of my Arizona stage. Here it is. Bye, Arizona. Welcome to Utah. So I was driving into Monument Valley, and I had to stop at an entrance gate before I could go in, and the lady said that I needed a reservation to be able to go in, so I couldn't, and I ended up having to skip it. But I wasn't that disappointed because I've already been there before. So then I drove up this crazy windy road up to the top of a mountain to my camp spot, and it had a really nice view of the valley, and the sunset was really, really pretty this night. I think one of the reasons why this road trip meant so much to me was because it was my first true solo road trip. I bought my car while I was home last summer, and my mom came with me for the first road trip driving back to my job in Yellowstone. My second road trip was out west visiting a bunch of different national parks, and I brought one of my friends along with me for the beginning, and my dad came with me on my last road trip from home to go work in the Grand Canyon. So this was the first time that I packed up everything into my car by myself. You know, I moved everything out of my room into the parking lot, lifted all of my heavy things into my rooftop carrier on my own, and reorganized and moved things around in there without a second pair of hands to help. So it was satisfying to be able to do that all on my own. And so I woke up the next morning and I drove the Valley of the Gods 16-mile scenic drive, which is what you see here. And I think this footage is so cool. I love this like type of desert landscape. Like, look at that thing on the right. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, I just had a really fun time driving this. I got out a bunch and took some pictures, and the whole time I was driving through here, I was just thinking, like, this is Breaking Bad scenery. Like, all I could hear in my head was Walt's voice being like, Jesse, we need to cook. And I just love that show. Like, I've rewatched it so many times. I'm the type of person where when I find something I like, I just keep on redoing it. Like, I'm like that way with The Office. I could quote it by heart. I know every single episode. And I'm the same way with music too, which is kind of annoying, especially on road trips, because even if I just start listening to a bunch of new music, it gets so old so quick because I listen to it multiple times a day for multiple days in a row because I'm constantly driving. This is a clip from Natural Bridges National No, where am I in this? Check it out. Owachomo Bridge, if that's how you say it. It's a Hopi word, which means rock mound, and this is actually the only natural bridge out of the 3 in this national monument area that doesn't still have water actively flowing underneath it, which is what's required to make this sort of rock formation. And then I was craving tacos for dinner, so I got some from a drive-thru, and they were kind of meh, but they got the job done, so it's okay. This is my camp spot. It's just outside of Canyonlands. It's in Cowboy Campground. There's a toilet up there, which is really nice. Probably won't use it though. Yeah, but there's a really nice view of the mountains up here. The GoPro's not good at picking up distance, but over here it's like the red plateaus, and then over there's the snow-capped actual like Triangle Mountains. Some sort of snow going on over there, but it's really pretty. I'm gonna sit here and eat this cheesecake that I got. It's almost sunset. The sunset's at like 7:50, I think. This is pretty good. I couldn't help but think how this moment felt like true freedom and how grateful I am. I was out in the middle of nowhere with nowhere to be, nobody to answer to. I could go anywhere I wanted to go and do anything I wanted to do. And this is what freedom feels like. Alright, good morning vlog. Today is day 3 of the road trip. Today is Canyonlands National Park. But yeah, I have 3 hikes planned today. 2 like really short ones and then 1 long one. I think I'm gonna do the Buck Canyon Overlook Trail, 0.1 miles, Big Spring Canyon Overlook, 0.3 miles, and then the Lost Canyon Trail, which is 8.2 miles. Doing longer hikes when I'm by myself makes me a lot more like on edge and nervous, but I need to get over it. because I can't live my life scared. Got my hat. Block out the sun. My dad always sends me the funniest text of my cat. So he sent me, I don't know if you can see it, he sent me this picture. It says, trying to use the force to move the shakers. And it's a picture of my cat with his eyes closed in front of the table. It's so funny. Okay, so turns out that the long trail I want to do today is at the south part of the park, which is only accessible via the south entrance road, which I'm 2 hours away from. So I drove a little bit of the way, and now I'm at this like day use area where I'm gonna make some lunch. But I just changed into some leggings and discovered that there is a hole in them. So what I'm gonna do is just cover that up with a little black Sharpie action. Hopefully I don't have to wear shorts anytime soon, because this ain't coming off. Anyway. Okay, so this is what the place looks like. I forget what it's called. It's like right outside of Arches National Park. Ooh, look, there's March up there. Wow. And this is actually the Colorado River. So it's just interesting because the Grand Canyon was along the Colorado River. So yeah. Okay. Welcome to my tutorial of how to use a Coleman dual fuel camp stove 424. So first what you're gonna do is open it, and I like to put the wind covers out because it's very windy. Next we're gonna open this up, and this is a filter funnel, which is how you pour the gas into this little pump chamber. Let me get that out really quick. So this is the pump chamber that you have to manually pump to pressurize the gas. So what you want to do is the first step is to make sure that this knob here is all the way off, turned towards the right. It should be at like a 90-ish degree, or it should just be go like that, okay? Then you also want to make sure that this nozzle is turned down. Otherwise, it'll spray gas everywhere. That happened to me one time. So then the third step, and this is the most important step because this is what confused me for the first time I tried to do it, is you want to turn this to the left to open up this little pressure valve or something. I don't know. You want to open it, turn it to the left, and you'll hear the pressure come out a little bit. So you want to make sure it's all the way open, turn to the left. Then you want to put your thumb over this, and you want to pump it like until you just feel like it's pressurized really good. That's usually like 80 to 100 times. Like once your arm starts to get like 20 seconds past tired is when you stop. Okay, then you're gonna close it, and then you're gonna turn it all the way back to the right to close the valve and make sure that none of the pressure you just put in escapes. And you want to make sure you pressurize it enough, because if you don't and you're cooking something for a long time and it depressurizes, the stove will just go out, and then you have to like take the whole thing out and start over and repressurize it. So you want to it's really annoying. So just make sure you do it right the first time. You line this up to go into there. My stove's really dirty. And then you line up these little marks. Then what you want to do is you want to turn this nozzle up, and then this is kind of hard to do with one hand, but what you're going to do is you're going to have your lighter already lit, and then you're going to turn this on with this already lit on the burner. Cool. So then it's going to light, and it might be a little orange for a little bit, but that's just like the extra propane like burning out. So you want to wait till it's blue to like put your stuff on to cook, because that's how you know it's like the right kind of gas that's burning. Otherwise the pot will get really sooty on the bottom. Anyway, so to make this, I just need to boil some water, and I need 1 1/3 cups of water, which is 11 fluid ounces, and this is like 17. So I'm gonna say roughly like to here is how much water I'll need. And normally I don't use like water bottles all the time, but these are just ones I had left over, and it's easier to measure how much water I'm putting in this way. But I don't normally buy these because I don't like creating the extra waste. But yeah. And then after this has been on for like a minute and it's starting to like burn the right color, you can turn this down and then turn it up or however much you want. So now I'm just gonna wait for this water to boil. It's actually really nice out today. Like there's not a cloud in the sky except for right over there. But oh look, there's like a hole up there. I think it's like low 40s right now, but it feels fine because the sun's out and it's not that windy. Yee. Oh my god. So that was terrifying. My stove just popped. Not a fan of that. So then I have to set a timer for 5 minutes to let it sit and absorb the water, and then stir it. Okay, now I'm scared to touch this thing. This is really pretty. Like right up here, because it's all like green, and then goes into the rock.
It housed the LA Times until 2017. It was anywhere, right? Yeah, we used a few floors, and it was like 3 floors in as part of a film and television summer workshop.
All right, here we go, Lost Canyon. I think it's like 8 miles, 8.2, something like that. It's like 2 p.m. Feels great out. It's like high 40s now. And this park feels nice. Don't feel any strange energies here. I just realized I forgot my bear spray in my car. So hopefully no one tries me today, because I might be the one that gets got. Oh well. This is so cool. Follow the cairns. It's like otherworldly. Like, look at that rock. So cool. I love when the trails are like adventure-y. Like when you have to find the way there, look for the next cairn thing, scramble up and down. And then this, I think, was the area where I ate shit. Not really. I just kind of like slid down more than I was comfortable with. I don't know. So I think I have to go down a ladder into this canyon, which is so cool. I wonder if this ladder's sturdy. Alright. Yeah, that ladder was a little sketchy. And this is when things started going downhill. So this kind of sucks right now, because I drank way too much water And now my stomach really hurts. Like, it's way too full of water. Like, it's just doing that thing where, like, you could feel it sloshing around and it just feels really uncomfortable. Only like halfway through. I'm like, I think I have like 3 or 4 miles left maybe. And like, there's nothing I can do to make this upset stomach feel better. The only way I'm gonna get back out to my car is to walk these 4 miles. I don't want to take any breaks to like feel better, because like it's getting close to sunset in like an hour or two, and if I keep taking breaks, then I'm not gonna make it back to my car before dark. But like, it hurt, my stomach hurts so bad. But there's nothing I can do but keep going. So update, I'm in the last literal mile of this 8-mile trail, and I feel a lot better now because I just threw up all of my pad thai from lunch, which I guess that's why my stomach hurt so bad, because all of it was just sitting in there for the past like 4 or 5 hours. Oh my god, there's no feeling better than when your car comes into view after a hike that you just want to be over. Oh my god, that was actually probably like the worst 8 miles I've walked in my life. No, probably not. But that was up there. That was pretty bad. Which is unfortunate, because now I'm gonna associate hiking Canyonlands with feeling terrible. But you know what? I'm still proud of myself because I pushed through that, and that was difficult. That was 8 miles of pain. I'm also proud of myself for even embarking on an 8-mile hike. Normally, I stick to like 4 miles and under just because I'm scared of being out there and something happening. I think I might go into Moab and just like look around the little souvenir gift shops, because it looked pretty cute when I was driving through there earlier. So I actually decided that I'm gonna go see Big Spring Canyon, the Overlook Trail, really quick, because it's in the same section of the park and it's only like 0.3 miles, so I can handle that. Yeah, let's go. This is really freaking cool though. I'm so low. I don't know if you can see, but the needle formations in the back look so cool. Alright, good morning vlog. Today is day 4. Today is April 7th. I'm gonna go to Moab and go to the gift shops today to look for some souvenirs, because by the time I got there last night, all of them were closed. Okay, so I just went into the Moab rock shop, and they had these little, oh no, they had these little figurines for like $3 each. So I got this little bear for Allie to bring to her, and then I got this little starfish because it's just been like a spirit animal that's been speaking to me a lot lately, or I've just been seeing it a lot lately, getting messages and signs from it. So I decided to get that because maybe it's indicative of a new phase. So they're gonna live right in here next to my other crystals here. There they go. These are mesmerizing. I'm obsessed. There was a designated food truck park in the middle of town, so I went to go check it out. One of the nice things about this road trip was that I wasn't tight on money, so I had extra to spend, you know, trying out local restaurants and buying nicer souvenirs. I ended up getting a smoothie bowl from this place called Moab Rainbows, and it had pineapple, banana, strawberry, blueberry, coconut, and granola, and it was so yummy. Okay, so in the gift shop, I got this hat for 50% off. So it was like $12, and I've been looking for a new baseball hat because this one kind of just fits my head weird, and I just want like a cute one, and this one's perfect because it's like dark and it's like simple. It's not too much, but the design is still cute, and it says Moab on it. Yeah. I like it. It's cute. Then I got a couple stickers. I got this one for my car, and I got this one for Allie because it says Sasquatch country on it. Which I don't know if Moab is Sasquatch country. Moab's more like skinwalker country. I'm actually really glad I stumbled across this little smoothie place because I've actually been craving like fresh fruit ever since I threw up yesterday and just was not feeling good. This is honey, by the way. So yeah, this fruit's helping. Nice and refreshing. Is there honey on the bottom of my camera? How did that happen? So I had to wait until 3 p.m. to get into Arches because they require vehicle reservations now, and it was so crowded there, which I guess is why they require them. I know there's like a running joke about waiting in lines in national parks because they're so popular now, but this was the first time I actually stood in a line like 20-30 minutes to get my picture taken. I stood behind a nice couple and they didn't speak English, but we were able to communicate and agree to take pictures for each other, so that was nice. Okay, so now I'm at Sand Dune Arch, which I remember really loving last time I was here, so I'm excited to be back. I love this trail, okay? It was a short, like 0.3 miles, but squeezing through this narrow slot canyon made it feel so adventurous. And after you get through this little passageway, it opens up and you're surrounded by rock walls at every angle. And it actually did feel like I just walked into a different world. I remember sitting right here last time and playing in the sand because it was so hot. So I did a bunch of smaller hikes this day, but I specifically planned to be in Arches on April 7th because that's my best friend Paige's birthday, and I just wanted to be somewhere special. It's so soft. Ooh. Sandy. It's a skyline arch. It's let's see, 7:09 right now. Sun's probably gonna set in the next hour. It will set the next hour. But yeah, it's really nice out. It's like high 60s. Not windy at all. It's just really nice weather. Me and Skyline Arch. Okay, so now I'm at the Tower Arch Trail parking lot, and I'm gonna finish out the day with this hike. It's like 2-point-something miles. The sun's gonna set in like 15 minutes, so hopefully this will be a nice little sunset hike. And if it gets dark enough, I'll be able to get some cool pictures of the arch with like the stars in the background, and I really want a picture like that. But I sang happy birthday to Paige, and I didn't end up finishing this trail because it got dark really quickly and my spidey senses were going off and just telling me to head back. I just felt unsettled here, so didn't finish it. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm at this Planet Fitness. I'm gonna take a shower because it's been like 5 days and my hair is really greasy. I feel so much better now. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A because I have a gift card, but look at how pretty these mountains are. So hopefully my spot will be good tonight. I think it will. Good morning vlog. I'm in Idaho now. Yep. It's really warm out, surprisingly. I think it's like high 60s right now. It is like almost noon though. I'm making lunch here. I'm gonna make another garlic noodles again because they're so good and they're cheap. I don't know, it's kind of crazy how I can like feel the energy of living in this area coming back to me. Like when I worked in Yellowstone this summer, like this summer just had a completely different energy that like no other phase of my life has had before. And I feel like a lot of that was just part of the location of like where I was and like being in Montana, Wyoming area. I don't know, I can just feel the energy of like that area coming back as I'm coming closer back into that area. I don't know. Shit. My thing just boiled over. Anyway, crisis averted. I don't know, just as I as I drive closer back to the area of like Montana and Wyoming where I was last summer, the more I can feel myself coming back into that old energy of just pure bliss, man. I don't know, I think it's just something about the mountains. Like, I don't know, I've realized over the past couple years that like my environment and the scenery and just like the mundanity of like daily life it makes a huge difference to how I live my life and like my outlook, you know. And Montana, my stove is, hello? I'm scared. Woohoo! Also, yesterday at Walmart, I bought this little pot scraper and I just used it and it is so good. I recommend this. This was my last major stop. This is Shoshone Falls in Idaho. I think it was like $3 to enter, but this was one of the nicest city parks I've been to. If I lived here, this would definitely be somewhere I'd come to hang out at often. Weather is so nice out. Like, I could just wear a tank top. I don't need a jacket. And this park is so nice too. Oh yeah, also, happy Easter. This is the Black Magic Canyon Trail. It's in Shoshone, Idaho. It's pretty close to Craters of the Moon National Monument, which I went to last year, and this looks a lot like it. The rocks are like pretty similar. This place was off the side of a random highway. It didn't seem like it was that popular of an area, but I could just see myself like really liking playing here when I was a little kid. Just something about this area felt nostalgic even though I'd never been there before. Cooking up the steak for Easter dinner by myself on the side of the Sawtooth Scenic Byway. Gorgeous. All of the trails, camp spots, etc. that I was planning are literally like blocked off by like 10 feet of snow and inaccessible, so I guess it's just straight shot to Allie's from here on out. But oh my god, this steak smells so good. I'm so excited. I hope it turns out good. This is the first time I've ever made steak. Like, I cooked it, so I'll update. I hope this has the mountains in the background of me, but the steak turned out okay. It's more like medium well instead of medium rare, but it's still pretty good. I think this is like the garlickiest steak in existence. I haven't had steak in a long ass time. I haven't had steak in like months, so I was like, let me try to do this. Not bad. Good morning vlog. It's like 4:44 a.m. right now, and I'm not gonna go back to sleep. I'm just gonna drive. Yeah, we'll see where I end up. I don't really know where I am right now, to be honest, because I don't have service, but we'll figure it out sometime along the way. I've been driving for like probably 2 hours on this road total since yesterday, and it's freaking closed. So now I'm gonna have to drive like, I hope I have enough gas. I have enough gas to get back, but like, what the hell? Why didn't Google Maps tell me this? Because I didn't have service. But damn, now I'm gonna have to drive all the way. Update, I made it to Allie's. And we decided to take a spontaneous trip to her beach house and spend a couple days there.
A&J.
A&J? Wow. We explored the Cape Disappointment area, found some World War II bunkers, visited the lighthouse, and walked some of the trails. So this was the perfect end of my road trip. Seeing my bestie.
Boom, boom. 20 because I actually have got. Wait, at least it's not dark.